Hi, and welcome to Stamp with Ginny. Today I'm going to share with you this fun little shutter card that I created with the Easter Basket bundle of products, which is part of our Easter Joy suite. So let me set this aside and I'll show you how to get started. Okay, to start this project, I'm going to ink up my bunny in the basic gray and stamp. And then I'm going to ink up the little carrot here and stamp it to the left of that. Next I'm going to stamp my sentiment panel here with my Easter greeting, and I'm going to stamp that on the left hand side. I've got this at the diagonal since I want to create a diamond effect. My stamp was not cleaned well, so I've got a little bit of a halo from the last color I used, so I'm going to flip that over, re-ink, and stamp again. There we go. I've got my stamping finished and I'm going to add some color. So I'm going to bring in my Shy Shamrock here and add some dark and then light to the top of my carrot. And for the carrot I'm going to add a swatch of color with the light and then bring in my dark and do the other side just quickly and easily. And then I'm going to bring in my cloud cover and I'm going to add some shadowing around the outside edge of my bunny quickly, just to give it a little bit of definition. There we go. I've got that done, and I'm going to bring my pretty in pink in and add a little color to his ears, his nose, and a couple of dots even on his cheeks, like so. I'm ready to die cut this out. I've got a little video tip on my PDF for you so that you can do the die cutting quickly and easily on small pieces like this too. I've got my sentiment panel here and I'm going to adhere it right down in the center of my designer series paper. You can use your grid paper to make sure you've got this exactly the way you want. There we go. Next I'm going to take my strip of peach pie and add some adhesive to it. I want to do about halfway here, just far enough so that I've got enough here on my panel. And I'm going to line this up with the corner of the diamond and then adhere it down, like so. At this point I can turn it over and trim. I'm going to do the next side now, which is starting at that same corner but going off the cardstock and then down to the other corner here. So I'm going to use that flat edge first, add my adhesive, line it up to the bottom corner, and run it off the side of the designer series paper like so. Butting it up against that edge, flipping it, and trimming. Now I'm trimming in between simply so that I don't get a lot of adhesive onto my work surface. Next I'm going to be adding my corner here down to the bottom edge. And then I'm going to do the top here, running it off to the left side simply by adding adhesive again and butting up against that first piece. Now the direction you do your shutter is up to you. As you can see, you start on one side and then go around your diamond. This looks really complicated, but really isn't. You just want your strips to run off that edge of the designer series paper to give that shutter look. There we go. I've got my card front done now, and I'm going to bring in my card base, fold it in half, and use my bone folder to burnish. and bring in my panel and adhere it down. Now this is a specialty paper and it's rather thick, so you want to make sure you've added enough adhesive that's a strong adhesive to hold it in place and keep it from bowing. There we go. I've got my little bunny now, and I'm going to add him, let's see, over here on the left hand side like so. So I'm going to flip him over, bring in my mini dimensionals since I can tuck those where I want them. Move the backings and adhere him down. And finally I'm going to take my little carrot and attach it. Let's see, I think I'm going to go to the right. And since I popped up the bunny, I'm not going to pop up the carrot. Like so, and allow that to dry. While that's drying, I'm going to bring in my signature panel and attach the little strip of designer series paper onto the bottom, just to add a little bit of that color and bring that beautiful designer series paper onto the inside of the card. And I'm going to allow that to dry, and I can either stamp now and adhere or just simply set it inside my card so that I've got it ready for when I'm ready to send. And last but not least, I'm going to bring in this cute little assortment of Easter embellishments that coordinate with this designer series paper, and I'm going to add a couple of little embellishments to the bottom of this card underneath the sentiment. So I'm going to use the balmy blue dot here. I'm going to place one of the little eggs here, and then another little balmy blue dot. And of course, let's see, I'm going to pick this up and I'm going to turn it slightly, giving it kind of a whimsical angle, like so. There we go. Cute little final touch for this project. So there we go, a cute little Easter card I've created with the Easter basket bundle of products and other items found in the suite. And of course, if you'd like any of these products, feel free to stop by my online store. You can get there from my blog, Stamp with Jini. Thanks for joining me.